I don't want to live with a man because I'm not finna perform. No, I don't put my clothes away all the time. Yes, I leave hair products and makeup on my bathroom counter. I don't always immediately wash the dishes when I cook. And I don't want to be judged for being a human in my own damn house. I'm good.
Hey yo, black man. Yeah, preto hermano. Now in this one, hold on. Before I start, you cannot tell me I'm not on the roll. I feel like my content is getting better and better and even better, right? But let me go ahead and get into this one, right? So again, what you saw in that first clip was a black woman talk about how she doesn't want to perform, and she mentioned different things that she doesn't want to do around the house, right? She doesn't want to clean up after she cooks. Black men, you're talking to somebody who, I'm not going to call myself a chef. Well, I'm not going to call myself a Michelin star chef, but I am a pretty damn good chef. Somebody who went to culinary school. I can do my thing in the kitchen, right? And guess what? I was always taught, even from young, before I decided I want to go to culinary school. And again, it's separate from actual state university, but you're talking to somebody who was taught from a young age, as you cook, you clean. So guess what? When you're done cooking, you don't have much to clean, black men. It's simple. And again, even in culinary school, I was taught the same thing. As you cook, you clean. So when you're done cooking, all you have left to clean is maybe what? Just the countertops, the last one or two pans, and the plate that you're eating on, along with the utensils. Again, that's one, two, three. But they're so damn lazy, black men. I kid you not. This is my word. I've been to multiple black women houses or apartments, and guess what? Bathroom is dirty. I mean, the first thing you look at when you walk through the front door, look at the kitchen. What does the kitchen look? Before you even step in the kitchen, what does the kitchen look like? Again, you already see dishes piled up in the fucking sink. Nasty, black man. You go in her kitchen, grease all over the stove top, splashed up on the microwave, splashed up on the backsplash. I'm like, what do you? Why? Do you even clean? How frequent do you clean this place, man? And you thinking to yourself, Keisha, I'll never forget. I grabbed a cup out of a black woman's cabinet. Man, the cup still had like grease stains on the inside, and I only noticed because I was like really inspecting the cup. You know what I mean? I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna touch this. Go inside the bathroom, black man. Again, just like she said, I have hair products and makeup stuff all over the bathroom. Listen, they still have a shower ring growing in the inside. So when was the last time you scrubbed your tub? Listen, I hand scrub my tub like it's 1950. I hand scrub my tub. I hand scrub my toilet because why? You gotta get your elbow in there, black man, and really make sure you're doing the job right. Right? These black women will have hair clogged up in the shower, hair clogged up in the sink. Again, you got a ring growing in your toilet. I'll never forget. Oh my, this is my word, black man. I'll never forget. I was at a Glocktavius house one time. Again, by association, because these guys aren't my friends, but by association, I had to use the bathroom. I go inside the bathroom. I kid you not. The ring growing in the toilet, the mold, it was pink, and it was like, I think naturally it's the color is gonna be pink, but the ring was so thick. I said, "What the fuck?" I remember going back in the living room. He said, "Yo, was the bathroom clean, bro?" I said, "Not really." I'm like, he said, "Man, my fault, bro. My girl was supposed to clean it." Keisha was supposed to clean the bathroom. You know for a fact Keisha don't clean the bathroom. Even when she knows she having company, Keisha doesn't clean up. She barely wash her own pussy. Oh my goodness, black man. And again, she said, she doesn't want to live with the man because she doesn't want to perform. See, what she calls or what she defines as performing for other women, black men, that's standard. That's built in. That's by default. That's why I told you guys You might as well, again, if you don't want to get your passport, at least open up your options. You dudes keep on getting with black women and realizing I'm losing, I'm failing, money is flying out my pocket. It's like she hit the bottom of your pocket with a razor knife, dude, and everything just keep on flying out. I told you guys before, when Keisha look at you, and again, you're not Glocktavius. When she look at you, your eyeballs are the ATM, right? Well, your face is the whole ATM machine. Your mouth is where the cash dispense. Your teeth are the keypad numbers. And your eyeballs are just dollar signs, black man. You don't realize this, but all she looks at you as is someone to extract from. If I can't extract money, I'll extract energy. I'll extract attention, right? Because why? When it comes to the sexual, Keisha's not going after the average man for sex, even though she's the average woman, right? But they look for Glocktavius for one night stands. See, only black women look at the short term men for the long term. And they look at men for the long term, not even for the short term, just for some kind of gain. If she can't gain nothing from you, she's not going to deal with you. And if she can gain something from you, it's basically pity sex, starfish sex. Here, just take this real quick. And I'm like, for what, yo? Most of you black men, you don't deserve that. So let me show you something real quick, right? If you look at this conversation, right? And I remember somebody on my channel a long time ago told me that I need to go to Africa. Go to Africa for what? And hold on. Specifically, because matter of fact, I would go to Africa, and I'm going to talk about it right now, right? So, what someone told me was that I need to go to Nigeria specifically, right? And I thought to myself, go to Nigeria for what? Go to Lagos for what? What you're looking at is a text message thread on Instagram of a Nigerian woman, right? A Nigerian woman who I follow on Instagram, and she's attractive, but I'm looking at the fact that it's always about money. I've heard this from a couple times from Nigerian men and also Black American men who've dealt with Nigerians that the obsession for money it's greater than American Keisha. Maybe because they're poor over there. I'm not sure, but look, this dude is talking about all I need from you is a chance. Black men in America talk that same way. All I need from you is a chance to do what? What do you want from her? He said, I promise to be there for you and never leave you behind. I love you. That's it. Send me money. Leave love first. I did go through a lot. Oh my God, I hate the way they be talking. Oh my goodness. Send money. Leave love. I'm sorry. Wait. I skipped over the me part. Send me money. Leave love first. I did go through a lot. Send money, black men. So in Africa, it's the same thing that you're gonna run into in America. Send money, send money, send money, send money for blood clot. What you know? You must think I'm done. You must take me for an idiot. Send you money for what? She's not gonna go pay a fucking bill. Send you money for what? So she can go buy wigs. So she can go and buy weave. So she can go and buy makeup. Go and get her nails done, black man. And if there's any money left over, she's gonna go and buy clothes, purses, etc. Everything that's frivolous, everything that doesn't mean anything to anybody, right? Besides just her. She's not gonna give the money to her family because listen, my family will be evicted from their place because rent is coming up and we don't have enough money. Right? My parents lost their job or if for her job or something, maybe she lost her job. You're not giving her money you're not giving her money for a real reason. You're giving her money so she can just go fuck it off. I'm like, man, so that's why I need to go to Nigeria? So I can have transactional love? So I can have a transactional relationship? For what? I could have a transactional relationship with a black woman in America. I'm going to travel 1,500, 2,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean to go have a transactional relationship with a black woman who sees me as more of an ATM than what the American black woman does, because at least the American black woman can work and actually take care of herself without me, right? Because they always talk about being strong and independent. So I'm gonna fly over to Africa, specifically Nigeria, just to be in a 100% transactional relationship. No, thank you. Check out this one. Come and spend your birthday with me, baby. Why? Because I want to get to know you more and enjoy it with you. Smiles. Who I go come leave my followers for? I don't even, listen, that kind of English throws me off. But again, they talk the same way Keisha talks in America. Granted, you think if a white man was in her inbox talking that same way, you think she's going to ask him why? She might still ask for money on the back end, and he knows that his skin tone, right? His skin tone is currency. So if he decides to give her money, which here's the funny part, these white men, because these white men are not coming down from the UK, it's not white men from France, it's not white men from Germany. You got white men, or maybe it is, but you have white men coming from countries that have a weaker currency than the UK. As far as in Europe, UK, the British pound, I understand you have the euro, but the British pound is the strongest currency in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? I think the euro follows after it, but you don't have white men from Western Europe going into Africa. Again, most recently, you had the Russian man, right? I told you guys that Russian man went into what? I think Ghana. He went into Kenya, and it's one more country, but he gave them the equivalent of like 3 to 4 US dollars. He wasn't even breaking the bank in his own what's the Russian dollar called? The Russian ruble, if I'm not mistaken, something of that nature, right? He wasn't breaking his pocket. But see, when you black men from America come over to Africa, she know you have that USD. She's gonna tell you to give her American equivalent in her currency. What the fuck for? That's because, and I've said it before, it makes me think before the Europeans, before the Arabs showed up in Africa doing what they were doing, right? African people amongst African people, what was it really like? Was that mindset, was that way of thinking, was that way of extracting a black man for what he has? Was that already ingrained in their mind? Was that standard? Was that default? And then when they brought them over to the Western world, all they did was put a microscope, right, or a magnifying glass over us and just intensified that same thought process and magnified it and blew it up. It really makes me think, right? And over the last, I want to say 2 months, right, I've been paying close attention to Africa, right? I've been doing research, I've been reading books, I've been following African women, again, from West Africa, South Africa, East Africa. And I've noticed that, again, I understand Africa is a poor continent. And I understand that the need for money is a little bit higher because why? The average woman cannot just work and be independent. Now, I've noticed that there are some women who, right, as I say work, I have my fingers going in quotations, right? They work and they are living on their own. But I've noticed that those females sell box, right? And again, they also, again, in South Africa and East Africa, they have a strong desire for money. It's always money, 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 money. Again, I get it. You guys are poor, right? At least poor by your country standards, right? Which is crazy because that means they're really poor. But again, you have some who are living in the major cities, right? You have some that attend universities, and yeah, they're not making as much. So again, you as a foreigner being an American black man, she will try to milk you for some money. And I told you black men before already, right? It doesn't matter if you're in Africa, in America, in South America. If you're dealing with a Keisha and she wants money from you, I said it before, right? If that at that point, just give me some pussy. You're better off just paying her for the box. Now, that's gonna be easy because she's used to that, right? White men come down to these countries and you think they're paying black women to have sex? No. They're just smashing them for free. Because why? Skin tone is the currency. In her mind, she can brag to her friends, oh, me have sex with white man. Sexo blanco. I'm stupid. Right? When you show up in these countries and she sees that similar skin tone, self-hatred probably rises in her. And no, I need to extract money. I know you have money. I know you're more generous with your money. So again, black man, if you really want to give her money for a service. Pay her to, paint your bedroom, pay her to move some furniture around, pay her to cook, pay her to do something, right? Her giving you sex, that's already included in the payment. But I'm paying you for a service. Take my clothes to the laundromat, all week. I want you to be a maid or something. Do something, black man. Make her work for it. All that, give me money, give me money, give me money. Make sure you're getting exactly what you want and then some. Because guess what? She's gonna make sure she extract you for what she want, and you don't think she's adding her tax? Again, in Africa, why the hell would I give a woman the equivalent of American dollars, dude? Why the hell would I do that? Knowing damn well she doesn't need that much money from me. So again, black man, I'm just showing you guys, I get it. When you get that passport, you're thinking to yourself, man, well, black women around the world might be different. Yeah, she might be different in the way where, listen, because hold on, in Africa they still love those wigs and weaves. Jesus Christ, and their wig game is horrible. Their weave game is horrible. So again, like I said in my one video, if you can't have full control, you know what? I agree to that. I would give an African woman money. I would go to Africa, right? And if she wants money, guess what? I'll give you money if I have full control. I'm paying you for a service, not giving me box, right? It's gonna already be included in the fee I'm giving you, right? But I want full control, which means take off that goddamn weave, take off that goddamn wig, right? I don't want you in my spot wearing any kind of makeup. Wear an afro or wear real cornrows, right? I'm paying you to clean my place every morning, every afternoon, cook me breakfast, lunch, and dinner, paint the bedroom, right? I'm paying you to be my assistant. You're gonna run and go get me food. You're gonna handle emails for me, make calls. You're gonna work for this goddamn money. I'm not giving you this money just for nothing, for attention, knowing damn well, listen, you being a foreigner, you being a black man, she cannot go get this money from anybody else. You think the white man gonna give her money? Now you might have another American simp, but how many American men you think African women are really running to in their own country? Not that many. So you're gonna trust me, black men. They're gonna take the money and they're gonna do exactly what you tell them to do. Because why? If she want that money to keep on coming, you got to work for it. It might sound fucked up what I'm saying with black men. They're gonna use you, so you might as well use them. If for you guys who want to go down to these countries where you can go still meet black women, I'm telling you, you might as well let that dollar work for you, black man. Don't listen. You bust your ass to work for the dollar. Now let it work for you. Make her jump through hoops for the dollar. You know what? When I think about that comment someone left on my channel, right, telling me to go to Nigeria, I think one reason why black women don't really mind black men going to Africa excuse me, is because they know when you touch down in Africa, again, a country like Ghana, Accra, if I'm saying that right, Lagos, Nigeria, you touch down in Johannesburg, so South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa, you might get access to black women on the physical level, right? That's probably more desirable compared to what you're going to get in America, right? Less tattoos and a better body. You still run into the wigs, you still run into the weave, and you still run into an attitude, maybe less of an attitude, just because, again, you can pretty much alter her life with the money you're giving her. It might not even, listen, I'm pretty sure 100 USD in those African countries can go a long way. They might try to make it, they might try to make it seem like, oh, that can't do much. Trust me, it can do much. Matter of fact, I looked it up the other day, right? In South Africa, which is Africa's strongest as far as currency wise, and it's the wealthiest country in Africa. The average black South African is making somewhere between, I think, like 7,000 and 13,000 rand. Before I jack it up and say something wrong, right? That's incorrect. Let me look it up before I, screw it up. 13,000 South African rand is 786 US dollars, black men. Right? That's probably for the black South African, they're paying their rent, paying utilities, right? Maybe not a car note. Again, I don't know, but again, that's what the average one is making. So let alone the average South African making the equivalent of an American salary? No, 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 no. Even a minimum wage, right? Because what? That's, let me do the math on that. 725. You work 40 hours a week. That's crazy. All right, hold on. Let me do 725. You work 40 hours a week. That's $290. Multiply that by 4. That's 1160. So 1160 in their currency is 19,179 South African rand. That's guaranteed somebody's yearly salary, right? I'm sorry. Well, I said yearly salary. That's definitely somebody's monthly expenses and then some. So you multiply that same 1160 times 12, 13,000, rounded up, it's about $14,000. So again, that same $14,000 is 231,481 South African rand, black man. You can probably go buy a home, or I'm probably exaggerating that. You can probably rent an apartment for an entire year in a nice area for that same price. So it just goes to show, black men, you go over there to Africa, things are in your favor. A black woman may still want money from you, but you can definitely get the treatment that you probably want, because why? Your dollar is king over there. So again, if for you brothers who going down to Africa, you want to go down to Brazil, again, at least you can probably get a female who can cook, clean, and wash herself properly. In America, you saw that black woman talking about, I'm not going to perform. So you're guaranteed getting stink box, effed up pH balance, a really bad attitude, right? Again, a woman who can't cook, because we know American bitches, Gen Z, she can't cook. They eat out. They eat out 5 times a week, and not eat out at high end places. She's not eating Papa Do's. She's not eating Cheesecake Factory. She's not eating Longhorn Steakhouse. She's not eating Ocean Prime and Roof Chris and Steak 48. Fogo de Chao. She's not eating Fogo de Chao. She's eating McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, black man. So again, at least in these other countries, you can get more of what you want, but you still got to give up money for it. So for you guys who feel like, oh, listen, that skin, man, that skin. I mean, okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. But at least make your dollar work for you. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.